when you talked about, like background checks and process that goes into making sure employees are, who they are saying they are. At least this first selectman does keep a very distinct line between what her responsibility is with staff and human resources versus what selectmen are allowed to do, even regarding communication with department heads.
Right.
But that may be a difficult place for you to necessarily directly be involved.
Yeah.
But what are other ways that you would have to, let's say, influence staffing or be more direct about some of the specific things you're seeing in process and management of town hall?
There's certainly a day-to-day aspect of it that only a full-time employee can properly handle. So it makes sense that you have that one full-time position on the Board of Selectmen that has some additional powers that others don't have, just because naturally it doesn't fit that way. So that part of it, I think, makes sense. What I think could be improved is maybe more of a communication of what are the issues that or the decisions that person, that first select person, is working through in a particular moment in time. So if it is a decision on changing the staffing of a particular office, or and I think a lot of the things relating to the town, things like hiring firemen or policemen, or a lot those things are by the existing course of business being discussed. But I think maybe what you're referring to is more of the personnel issues and perhaps criticisms that might come about of specific employees of the town, where the first selectman has come in and said, no, actually, you have to come to me. That's not something you can go directly to that person for. Maybe it is about more of a transparency, more of a dialogue that the first selectman has with the board, so that there's more of an opportunity for them to know what's on the first selectman's mind and potentially have, potentially give that sort of impact. But I would be a little bit hesitant to think that volunteers can really actively manage on a day-to-day basis what needs to be done in managing a town. So I'd be hesitant going too far in that direction as well.